My dad made a perfect clone of me to take my place.
Everything is different now.
Rick and Morty Season 4 had a mixed bag of episodes, but when the show went all in, they went all in! Every so often, there's an episode so incredibly better than the rest that you could really start loving the show in a whole new way, and luckily, we've received another one of those masterpieces. Season 4's finale, star Mort Rickturn of the Jerri, promised massive revelations every few minutes, starting up with the very idea that the original Beth we knew decided to have a clone. For fans closely following the show's continuity, this was one of the biggest theory-driven topics. While we were watching Beth's adventures unfold on screen throughout the many episodes, did she end up going with Rick's idea to turn her into a clone? Or was this actually her? It seems like the answer was finally given here, though as we'd soon find out, things weren't as they seemed. Star Mort Rickturn of the Jerri proves that Rick and Morty serialization isn't dead by any means, and it's bringing a lot of heart into the series that felt absent for a while. This episode does not have any real breaks, aside from a few calm scenes with Morty and Summer. Anyway, the new Galactic Federation is invading Earth, and it's up to the two Beths, along with our heroes, to stop them. And hey, remember Tammy? She's back. Let's go! And then there's all these great fights, plus the revived robot bird person, Phoenix person. There are tons of twists throughout the episode, but it's definitely centered around the relationship between these two Beths and their dad. We start to understand their perspective, how Rick had abandoned them and didn't know how to care for them in the best way possible. Not only that, but he didn't reveal who the clone was, we just knew it was one of these two. As all of this is happening, the world seems like it's ending in the background. Let's be real though, it's not a big problem for Rick. He's his usual meta-driven self who constantly breaks a fourth wall and gets through problems with ease. The only time he faces a real challenge is his battle with Phoenix Person, which was absolutely incredible animation by the way, but like I said before, the Beth storyline took front and center. Everything else seemed like it was happening at a distance, and rightfully so. Considering this is one of the show's biggest ongoing mysteries, of course it had the most focus, and at the end of the episode, the status quo is completely changed. Both Beths are together now, looking like we have a new character added to the main cast. Now, technically they're the same, but personality-wise, we have a very interesting dynamic. The final question that needs an answer in the season 4 finale is who the real Beth is, considering that hasn't been confirmed. Rick asks his family if they want to know the truth, and nobody's interested. What follows is one of those classic endings that only Rick and Morty can do, where we get yet another massive twist. Remember when Rick offered that clone opportunity? Well, it's time to see how that went down, and turns out, Rick was the one who decided himself. The only thing is that when he does make the Beth clone, he gives him the old switcheroo, meaning he has absolutely no idea which is real.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you get no answers. But, and in effect, I mean, hopefully that's not a dissatisfying thing because the answer is one or the other.
The core of it is finding Beth some solace with that. And I think the only solace she can find is in there's none, and being okay with that.
He reflects about how he's a terrible father in classic Rick fashion, and the episode ends on a somber note as even his old friend doesn't seem like he's coming back. You see, this is what makes the show so special. All the cool sci-fi storylines and inventions are fun, but at the heart are the characters, specifically Rick and Morty themselves. Over the series, we've got to see Rick in genuine pain, but he always manages to laugh it off or break the fourth wall again to act like it's not a big deal. The fact of the matter is that this is a broken man, no matter how much he wants to joke about it. But the good news is, he understands. He realizes his mistakes, and knows that the path he's taken is a dark one. That's why the very final shot of the finale is him sitting down, looking at the ground, and trying to face his reality head on. It's moments like these that give the characters depth, and why people fell in love with the show in the first place. When the curtains close on star Mort Rickturn of the Jerri, pretty much nothing is the same as it once was. Not only are we back to serialization, but Tammy's dead, we have two Beths now, and Phoenix Person is hanging out in the garage. And above all of this, Rick is slowly starting to understand how he treats the world and how bad of a person he is. That's one of the first steps towards becoming a better person. Everything has been leading up to these moments, and the development should continue throughout season 5. When you go back to the very first episode of the show, you'll realize that the Rick there is a very different one from the same guy here. He's gone through some serious changes, and I think that's incredible writing. The finale delivered on pretty much every level, securing its spot as one of Rick and Morty's top episodes thanks to its character development alone. But what were your thoughts on Rickturn of the Jerri and all the new Beth stuff? Let's talk in the comments. But anyway, that's all for this video. Subscribe for more awesome cartoon videos. Give a thumbs up and comment below, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.